Welcome to a new video, and in this video I will show you a few tricks for supply and demand trading, especially how I validate strong zones. If you want to long Bitcoin here, let's say the price is somewhere here and then you anticipate that it will go into this demand zone, and then you make target like, I don't know, my target was 8,200, my first target. Okay, you would have to put your stop below the demand zone, right? So that would be a stop of 7%, and you would only get a trade 2.R risk to reward trade, which is not bad. Most people, most gurus post trades like this. Okay, they have stops like this, almost as big as their target zones, but I usually don't post trades like this, guys. Okay, I want a good risk to reward. So my trade that I posted here, entry was 6,875, stop loss was 6,811, target was 8,238. so how did I do that? Okay, it is simple. I went into the smaller time frame because that's what I always do when I have high time frame supply and demand zones. Yo guys, what you see here is selling. Okay, you have a lot of sell orders here entering the market, a lot of sell orders. Then these sell orders are being consumed, so the price rallies. Okay, the whales are consuming all these sell orders and the price rallies. And then, as you see, a 1 hour demand zone forms here, a nice 1 hour demand zone. You see this candle, and then the price rallies even more, a sharp move after this small demand zone forms. So one method how I validate strong zones, guys, is the move that precedes the demand zone. Okay, so here we have a lot of sell orders. That means the whales are probably filling a lot of orders here, so this is a strong demand zone. Price rallies nicely from there. Okay, so this is really a strong demand zone here, this last down candle, because they are consuming all these orders. And the known theory, the old school theory about supply and demand zones is when you have a large move after the zone formed, okay, then you can also validate them as strong zones. But I don't agree to that. Okay, this is not, sometimes it is the case, yes, when you have a large move after the zone forms, then you can expect a nice reaction when the price visits this fresh zone. But what is more important is what happened before this zone formed. Okay, that is more important, because that shows us what the whales did before that. So here we see that we had a lot of selling going on, a lot of sell orders entered the market. So the whales had enough sell orders, enough liquidity to fill their orders, so they made the price rally, and then they filled more orders, forming this demand zone. So this is a strong zone, and this is also a strong zone. But because this is a 1 hour time frame, we have to keep one thing in mind, okay, that a 1 hour zone is good for a certain time frame. There are certain rules, because supply and demand zones have to be fresh. So when we have a 1 hour zone, then we look at that zone and we consider that zone as important for a time frame that is around 30 days. And this is not a strict rule, guys. Okay, this is only something that you have to keep in mind, because we want supply and demand zones to be fresh. So in the 1 hour time frame, it is around 30 days. Okay, because if the whales fill orders, they don't want to wait 1 year or a few months. Okay, in the 1 hour time frame, it is around 30 days. It can also be 35 days. Okay, it's not a strict rule. So let's see what happened later on. When Bitcoin was then here around 7,500, I mentioned on Twitter and Telegram that I think it's not ready to moon yet. Okay, it's not ready to moon. Then a few days before the price dropped, I posted on Telegram that I think 6.8 is probably the bottom. I think that the price goes to 6.8 and that will be the bottom. And then when the price reached this demand zone, I posted the trade actually shortly before it, and my entry was 6,875 and my stop was a bit less than 1%, something like this. Yes, giving this nice 21R trade. So again, I repeat, the reason I did validate this here as a strong zone was the move that happened before it. Many sell orders came in, a lot of long orders being filled here by the whales, okay? And here again the same. We have a huge move after this zone has formed. I validate this zone as a strong one, this last down candle here, and this zone below it as well. But it is more likely that the price will reverse from here already, and that's what happened. Another method how I can find zones to trade is when you have a daily zone like here, okay, and the price is here. What you expect is the price to come back into this demand zone and to move away from this demand zone. But again, we have the problem that this is a huge, if you target 8K for example, you would have to use a huge stop loss, right? So again, we go into the smaller time frame. And if you are on the daily, you can go into the 4-hour chart, 4-hour time frame. And if you use the H4 time frame, you can go into the 1-hour time frame or 50-minute time frame. It's really not that important, guys. It is just when you are on a higher time frame and you want to look for a tighter entry, then you just go into a smaller time frame to see if you have something there which gives you a better entry. And what I use to validate zones as strong ones is to look for engulfing structures, okay? And this is the main topic from this video. Engulfing structures. Yes, engulfing means, guys, in this example here we have a bullish engulfing. It means that you have a downtrend, okay, or a retrace, a pullback, and then suddenly you have a candle, a bullish candle that engulfs this down candle completely, okay? So it has to be bigger than the down candle. So this candle's body, higher body has to be bigger, has to engulf this last down candle completely. So if this would be the wick of this down candle, then this bullish candle's body would have to be like this. So it has to engulf this candle completely. This is the so-called bullish engulfing. The opposite would be a bearish engulfing.
I wonder if this is part of Uni's strategy.
So this will be a bearish engulfing structure. It means that this bearish candle has to engulf this last up candle completely. So if this is the wick, then the candle here has to engulf this candle completely, like this. This is a bullish engulfing, okay, after a downtrend or pullback, and this here is a bearish engulfing. So in this case, we would draw a supply zone. So a supply zone on a bearish engulfing structure would look like this, right? So this is a bearish engulfing structure, and this here, guys, is a bullish engulfing structure. So we can say that these zones are stronger than random supply and demand zones, okay? These are stronger. And when I trade supply and demand, I usually go into the smaller time frame because we have this daily demand zone here, right? What I am looking at now is a bullish engulfing structure to enable me a better entry to long Bitcoin. And as you see, guys, we had this rally, base, drop. I don't want to talk about all this mess here. We have a clear base formed here. The price did rally. Okay, we had this drop, base, rally, base, and then drop. So now, because you have learned how to draw supply and demand zones, you know that you take the last down candle before the rally, right? Before the higher high. So in this case, it is this one. And what is this, guys? It is a nice bullish engulfing structure. So this candle engulfs the last down candle's body extremely, right? So we put the demand zone here below this recent low, this most recent low. To be more safe, you can put it here as well. But I tell you one thing, guys, in most cases when you have bullish or bearish engulfing structures, as zones you can use a tight stop. So just below this down candle, sometimes even the body, but okay, let's be a bit more safe. Let's put it below the wick of this last down candle. Okay, we had sell orders here coming into the market. Okay, the sell orders are being consumed, the whales long Bitcoin. Okay, then this bullish engulfing structure forms a nice demand zone, price rallies hard. Then after that, okay, they took all these sell orders and then long Bitcoin. So we mark this here as a strong zone. So let me put this across a bit. Yo, and as you see, the price touched it perfectly, this bullish engulfing structure in the 1 hour chart time frame, sorry, and then rallied from there, reaching this supply zone first, then showing reaction, okay, moving away from it, and then testing this daily demand zone again, because we had a demand zone on the daily here, as you know. Also, there was a nice falling wedge pattern, guys. Okay, for the pattern traders, they know it. We had a nice falling wedge. Price was squeezed there. Also, there were divergences on RSI and other indicators as well. So this rally was expected. Okay. Yo, engulfing structures. This is it, guys. If you want to trade supply and demand, then you can look for engulfing structures. It is a powerful method to validate strong zones. Okay, let me show you another example. We had so we just spoke about this demand zone, but we have another demand zone here. And on the daily time frame, guys, these are also engulfing structures. Okay, this is a bullish engulfing, so this last down candle is being engulfed by this candle, and the same happens here as well. This is a bullish engulfing. After this bullish engulfing structure on the daily formed, and we had this new demand zone. The price did retest this demand zone. So this was the area where the falling wedge had formed, the falling wedge with the divergences and so on, and then the price did rally. Price broke, finally the price broke the supply zone. And what we are looking for, guys, this is something that helps us to validate strong zones. When you have a strong supply zone, because this 1 hour supply zone was actually pushing the price down all the time, right? The whales, they took profits off here to make the price reverse so they can fill more long orders at the demand zones here, right? That they had formed. So here you had the demand zone. Then you had this bullish engulfing structure demand zone. The whales are long in here, they are entering long positions. Then they take some profits off to make the price reverse so they can fill more orders, their remaining orders that they couldn't fill at once. Okay, so then when the price reaches the demand zone, again here it touches the daily demand again, and then finally breaks this supply zone. When something like this happens, guys, okay, this supply zone has been broken here, right? So what happens then is that this zone has no more value. This was a supply zone, but it is no more. Okay, the price already broke it, so we can not longer use this as supply. It isn't validated, it's history now. Okay, it has no more value for us. But what we can now do is to check which order caused this zone to break. And it is pretty clear. In the 1 hour you have the structure, you have this nice bullish engulfing structure here, guys. You see this down candle, okay, these sell orders here, guys, because people probably shorted Bitcoin here, tried to short more here, they tried to short more. The whales filled their orders to finally then make the price push up. So this bullish engulfing structure here is what led to the break of the supply zone. This is a strong zone, guys. This is a strong demand zone. And when the price was here, started to come back, I mentioned on Twitter, I posted that 666 is the range where we have fresh demand and where we can expect the price to reverse. And that's what happened. Price came into this bullish engulfing structure demand zone. It wicked into it and then did rally nicely from there. Okay, look at this. If you had taken the trade like this from 666, put in your stop below the bearish, the bullish engulfing structures wick, the recent wick, this was a 9-hour trade. Of course you need a target, okay? It didn't reach the highs, but if you had targeted this new supply zone, then it would have given you still would have given you a trade that is around 7R. So this zone was a strong zone, guys, and I mentioned that on Twitter why I did validate this as a strong zone. Before this move here happened, before the price rallied from here, I did mention why I validate this as a strong zone, and you witnessed what happened after that. So later on, the price did rally a few times after hitting this zone, but one time here it went a bit, it wicked below it. Okay, that can happen because actually you have to draw your zone like this. Okay, you have a rally, base, rally, and you take the last down candle and the most recent a low, okay, which is this one. But again, as I told you, in most cases, when you have a bullish engulfing structure, you can use a tight stop. You can put your stop below the bullish engulfing, below the last down candle's wick. So especially when the zone is not tested, when it is fresh, you can expect the price not to go below this last down candle's wick from the bullish engulfing structure. And that's what happened. That's also what happened here, guys. Okay, it didn't go below this last down candle, and I have tried this many times, guys. This works. Okay, and what I give you here right now, guys, this is really alpha content. Nobody on Twitter will teach you this, and this is for free. What I do here is for free, so you can be happy about this. And this is only a little piece that I give you here, guys. Okay, I really suggest you to read the books from priceactionninja.com if you want to learn these things earlier. If you cannot wait for my videos, then you can buy those books, guys. I already recommended them on Twitter. I bought those books myself and they changed everything for me. Okay, since I read those books, my trading has become much better and I started to understand market behavior a lot better, how the big players, the whales in crypto, and how the banks and institutions and forex markets or bigger markets cause the price to do what it does. So let me summarize what we did. Okay, I said that when you have a high time frame zone, you can go into the smaller time frame and look for structures like bullish or bearish engulfing structures, because these zones are stronger than random supply and demand zones. That's it for today. I'm really tired. There is a lot more to explain about how to validate strong zones, but that is in the next videos. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video and stay safe out there. See you soon. Bye bye.